Alright, so this is my presentation for why, as an educator, I feel it would be beneficial for my students who I teach K through 5th grade special education. So I'm shooting to get roughly 200, because that's the number of students I roughly have, Amazon Fire tablets. They range about $50 for the product that I am looking towards to purchase, about $50 a piece. And the problem that I see within my classroom is there aren't a lot of books that really help the student not only read but also listen. And as a special education, a lot of my students need to hear it, especially when they're reading, hear the word, hear how it's sounded out, and then really try to mimic. Obviously, we don't have enough paras, nor do we have enough special education teachers to have a one-on-one with each special ed student. So the tablets could serve as a purpose, not only in the classroom, but also if they would be allowed to take them home, since obviously not all of them have a caregiver. They could download apps, which I have found several reading books. The Amazon tablet actually has what they call audio reading, so the book is visible with the words and everything, but it also has an audio where it like highlights it as it's reading it. We could use those tools within the classroom to have a more one-on-one reading atmosphere with my students. And so that's kind of like the solution to my problem. Since we are so understaffed within the special populations community, utilizing the technology and bringing in tech resources, it allows us to have a little bit more one-on-one with them. So when I'm helping a student who might be struggling with the word, another student can still be working on their reading skills. Another benefit I see to having these tablets, I found an app. It's called Splash Math, which a lot of my teaching is geared towards basic life skills, things that because they're not going to need to know algebra and geometry and all that stuff. They more are looking for reading, basic reading skills, basic science skills, understanding money. So a lot of students within the special populations struggle with understanding money. They see a quarter and they know a dime and they know what they are. Like they know, oh, that's a dime, oh, that's a quarter. But they don't always understand like the monetary value of it. So you'll be like, well, how much is a quarter worth? And a lot of times the students are going to say, I don't know. Or like, how many quarters make $1? A lot of them struggle with that. Same thing goes for when they go to a store. If they are told like your balance is $10.15, a lot of them will struggle with actually putting together that money. And then in personal experience, I've actually seen this. They are sometimes shortchanged just because they don't understand the monetary system. So Splash app it's actually meant for like K through 5, but it's basically based on your mental age. You can set it to what your student is actually at. So let's say I'm teaching someone that has the basic monetary skills of a kindergartner. I can set that app to be a kindergarten, and they can set there until I change it. And so they're going to be working more on, okay, a quarter is worth this much, a quarter is worth that much. And as they slowly develop and learn those skills, I can then change the age. And it goes all the way up to 5th grade, which is where they're like, okay, your total is $10.15. You gave them a 20. Count back the change. And it has like the pictures with the money listed. So like, okay, here's a $10 bill, here's a quarter. And you have to like make lines adding it all up. So this app in itself could be very beneficial because obviously some students advance faster than other students, especially we know that in every classroom, but especially in special populations, since a lot of my children are all just kind of thrown together, but they all have very different learning styles, very different, they're all at different life positions. We're going to go with that. So some might be in 5th grade, some might be in kindergarten. Just depends on their development. So utilizing that app, I can once again, since I don't have a one-on-one pair with every single student, I'm able to help them teach more in a one-on-one setting than if I'm having to teach everyone together when they're at different levels. So as for like the cost overall, it would I would prefer if they'd be able to take these tablets home for the school year, because I think they could get a lot of benefit in the at-home setting with their parents around and all that jazz, really helping them increase their knowledge a little faster. Obviously, so if that's the case, since I have 200 students, I would need roughly $10,000 because each tablet's $50. They wouldn't require a case because in my research, these Amazon tablets are extremely heavy duty. They said, and the research that they're pretty good. However, if I wanted to buy cases, each case I found was like $5 to $10, just depending on what level of quality I wanted. But since this tablet is kind of more on the older generation, a lot of things are still cheaper, but they still have great reviews. So just because the generation's old does not mean the quality is bad. I have still found fabulous reviews on it. It's just outdated in Amazon's terms. So with that, obviously, I'd probably need like $2,000, a little bit more, but the cases would not be mandatory. Now, if the school was not wanting to approve every single student to take them home, because obviously that would also be a liability, then I would probably need roughly 50 at a time. Maybe we'll go 25. I'm going to say 25 probably. Thank you.